a detailed architecture diagram of hybrid framework and using Playwright. So hybrid framework in the sense there will be data driven and utils and reporting how the reporting structure and factory how the factory like a Playwright factory how to initialize the browser kind of stuff and also page object model. Okay, so now till now also we started some of the layers. Okay, so today I will draw the total entire component diagram as kind of architecture. Okay, so let me draw the diagram. The first one, what we are currently doing, right? So we started creating a test layer, right? So here is a test layer. So let me draw the test layer. Our first component, a test layer. So what is meant by test layer? So currently we are using a test ng. Okay. So we are using a test ng and we are creating a test cases, right? So test ng, okay, using test ng framework, we are creating a test cases. We are start building the test cases. Test engine framework, start building the test cases. Okay, and how we are writing the test cases basically? So we are writing the test cases like a test class. Like suppose this is a kind of login page. Okay, login page dot Java. So what we are doing here? So just we are creating a test annotation and what are the things we are adding? All the test cases we are deriving that. Okay, similarly we can add a home page, home page, right? Home page related test cases we are adding here. So similarly, so we will add a few kind of pages. Like let me add one more page is kind of registration page. Okay, so let's assume that these are the pages we already started deriving. So login page we derived, right? I think login page test cases, register page. Okay, registering a user page. Okay, right. Similarly, this is the first layer as I told you. So let me bring out this heading. Yeah. So now, and also we started one kind of a page layer also. So this is a page layer. It is a second layer, and the layer name is page layer. Okay. So page layer also is created along with the pages. And what we have done in the pages? So in the pages level, locators and the functions are segregated. Okay. So what it has here. So let me add the component. So every page has a locator. Okay, locator plus and functions are actions. So that way we segregated. And here, right? So in here test layer. So every layer we are providing a test case. So here every test cases we are providing. Okay, so this is where till now we segregated. Now let me so till now, so our browser instance, right? Where is the browser instance? Let me go to here. So where is the browser? Launching browser logic. Where is the launching? Yeah. So you see, so this kind of stuff. Okay. So the browser action. So till now, the Playwright create and Chromium browser open and the new page launching the new page. Till now, we placed in the page level. So that is which is not yet good. Okay, in the framework level. So to do that, what we need to do is we need to create a one kind of factory. Okay, Playwright factory component. So let me create a one Playwright.
Nadia, உன்னை அத்தை கூப்பிடுறாங்க.
Yeah. So let me add here and give the name third layer. Playwright factory. Okay, so Playwright factory. So what it does is the layer we call as a layer Okay, so layer. So now in this layer, what we can add is, so we need to require every test case launching the browser, right? So for that, so launching Playwright driver, launching Playwright, Playwright browser. Okay, and so there is a one more method. Okay, so there is a one more method. So let me bring inside this one. Yeah, and one more method we can add. So let me add the method name here. So we need to add one more method. The method is initializing a property. Okay, init properties. So what is a property? I will tell you. Initialize property method. So this particular layer which contain these two things. Okay, what is I will tell you. First one. First one. What is the first one? So first one is Playwright browser, right? So we need to launch. So every time, so whenever this test case is started to execute, right? So every time this test case is required to launch the specific browser to execute our test case. So that is a dependency. So that we need to, by using this layer, we can achieve it. So then after, so we need a one kind of initializing property. So that I will tell you. So there is a one more layer. I'll write it and I'll tell you. So first diagram. Okay. Next layer is, yeah. So let me give the name is config properties. Okay. So the next layer, third layer or fourth layer, yeah. Fourth layer is configuration properties. So what we call config property file. So it is not a text file, it is a kind of property, config property file. So generally we say that application config file. Okay, application config file. So we have many types, like suppose QA config file. So different, and based on that our configuration parameter. So with respect to the environment, QA environment, QA config file, stage environment, stage config file. So what exactly the contents the property file, right? Property file which contain basically uh, the browser type. Okay, so the basically the browser type. Okay, let me you that which browser you want to execute. So that is the definition is given. Suppose it is a Chrome. Okay, so let me add the Chrome browser here, and so those are the configuration properties and base URL. Okay, so base URL will be there placed here. Okay, and common username password also we can put it here. So all those configuration related stuff which we added here, and our browser is headless. Okay, headless, true or false. So based on that we can take a decision. So now, yeah, can you place in mute? Sureka, can you go on mute?
It's
Yeah.
not me.
Potach. Even the sugar flow potak.
It's
uh,
Anish.
yeah, Anisha, can you mute? Can you please mute? Yeah, okay, thank you. Yeah. So now you see, what are the things we added here in the configuration property file. So we can define that which browser we required to launch, and what is the base URL, and common database username password, common admin username password. All those can be placed in the property. We have few more properties. Just I'm adding only the main common things. Okay, so there is a fourth layer called as a property dot property file. Okay, so this dot property file, okay, this dot property file. So what we need to do is, by using this dot property file, whenever our test is started, so by using this initialization property method, we write a logic to bring this particular property and pass to the browser level, something like we will write it. Okay, so that
You
time,
mean the other properties means like other browsers, Chrome and Firefox.
yeah, yeah, wherever it required, the object will be stay. Okay, when you once we initialize, right, the property object is there, and till all the variables. All the values will be available till the session. So whenever which property you want, you can pick that by using the get name, get of
Mhm.
key. That's it.
Okay.
Okay. So suppose I want in the browser level browser URL. Okay. First, we can initialize a browser based on this, right? So while calling this method, we can pass a browser property. Then browser is launched. So whenever you browser is launched, you want to base URL which will be navigated. So prop dot base URL. So that particular URL will be loaded. So where somewhere we are logging with the user data, like prop dot get username, the user will come. The username will be available, something like. So that way we can manage it. Okay, so we'll do that, no problem. So
Okay.
these are the fourth property. Okay, fourth one is application property. So next, so we have a one more layer that is, mm, yeah. Now we have a scenario, so like a kind of, let me draw and explain. Suppose here we can keep it. So, so now here I can keep it. So basically, so what is this one, right? This layer is called, let me make it smaller. Yeah. So this layer is the fifth layer. Okay. And the layer is a fifth layer. The layer name is base. Okay. Base test dot Java. Okay, so what does mean this is I'll tell you. So generally, we have a we just yeah we learn that a test ng like kind of before method, okay, before suite or before before method, before test and before suite and before class, right? So every test case, okay, every test case we required a some prerequisites, right? Some prerequisite, okay, preconditions. So what does mean? So we need to launch the browser. So we suppose if we don't want to write this code in the every test case, okay, each and every test case, this code is repeatable. Okay, so what we will do, so whatever the test case page level, Java level, we will place in a kind of base test. Okay, so base test which will be inherited of like the concept of inherited, the oops concept. So which means automatically that launching browser which will be available throughout all the tests, which can be reused in the other test classes. So that is the way. So we will segregate it here. So what does mean here is, so whatever the before related, okay, so before test and before method, before suite, all the things we will add here at the rate BT. Okay, before the test, what are the setup method is there? So setup method is which will launch the browser. Okay, or which we can connect the database, whatever. Okay, and also there is a one more method called after. Okay, so after tear down. So what are the components we need to close? Okay, so we can use the tear down method.
Class is going to be end, I think. Can we join again?
Yes. Fifth layer is the base test. So base test is required like before the test. What are the prerequisites? We can put it in the setup method, and after test completion. So what are the tree down things? Like for closing the browser or closing the database connections. So those things will placed in the after test. And so as I told you, right, this base test which will be extended to the all the test classes. Okay, so all the test classes, then automatically these methods are reused to the test case level. Okay, so that is the way we can achieve that as one of the concept of inheritance, reusability. Okay, so now there is a one next layer like kind of test data. So where we require the test data. So in the test case level, we require the test data, right? So data driven kind of stuff. Okay. So let me create a one component for that. And yeah, so the component name is test data. So what kind of test data we used? Any idea? Test data component is a sixth component for us. Sixth component is a test data component, and so generally in framework level, so we used to use a kind of Excel sheet. Okay, so Excel sheet is a primary and legacy data. Okay, legacy way of representing test data. Okay, Excel sheet. So we can keep the Excel sheet as a test data. And these days, the people are using JSON. Okay, JSON.json. Okay, JSON and AMLs. Okay, and AMLs. Okay, AML files. Okay, AML files also we are using the test data for representation. Okay, so those kind of activities, so which will place in the test data layer. So what does mean is, so your test is required. Okay, so in the test case is required any kind of data to run with multiple sets of data. So we used to create a layer called data test data layer. Okay, so test data layer, inside the test data layer, what we used to do, Excel sheet, like JSON data representation, XML data representation, so and AML representation, whatever that. Okay, so for all those things we need to create a kind of a reading the data external library by using the Java. So there is a palm API, palm py, like external library we used to get the read data Excel sheet. Okay, for JSON reader, for JSON API, right, JSON things. And for AML also, AML required additional libraries when we can create a read logic ourselves as well. Okay, so it is not built in. We need to create a logic and we need to derive the data from the, or we need to pick the data from the, we can read the data from the respective test data files. Okay, yeah. So to do that, we require a one more layer. Okay, so to data fetch and all those things, we require a one layer called utils. So generally, a utils layer is a seventh layer. So just let me give that layer name. Seventh layer is a utils. Okay, common utils. Let me write here common util, common utilities. So required a common utilities in the sense, for example, we required a kind of utilities. Let me explain that first. Okay, so common utils come under, there are few things uh, first we will write read data Excel sheet. Okay, read data Excel sheet. Okay, and JSON reader, read write. So just we can make sure that read write data logic from read write the data from Excel or JSON or test data related. Okay, then after, okay, so then after we have a kind of, suppose we have a date format common. Okay, so where we can use, right, take a screenshot and every time we need to put current date and timestamp. So because otherwise that taking screenshot will be override from the existing one. So to do that we need a like a timestamp like appending, right, to generate a kind of util date and timestamp. Okay, date and timestamp util. So this util which we call every time, so that new date will be generated and which will be provided. Okay, and some constants also we can keep it, and some exceptions. Okay, custom exception. So we can write a custom exception. Custom exception. So what is meant by exception? So I did not cover that one. So I'll prepare one kind of exception related one video. So you can go through that. Okay. So basically, whenever a script has a error, okay, terminated something because of some unpredictable condition. So we need to provide a kind of error message to the end user. Like this framework is defined by somebody and somebody using, and they come to know. So what was happened in the case of the unexpected termination is happened, the execution is terminated. So such type of user related info, Okay, by using custom exception, we can provide it. Suppose the execution is stopped due to this reason. The reason should be mentioned in the custom exception. This will be thrown to the in the logger file somewhere else. So by the way, okay, the reason we come to know and we can fix that issue, something like. Okay, so this is the seventh layer, and next layer is a kind of reporting. Okay, so next layer is reporting layer. Let me add this one, and the layer name is report layer, reporting layer. In the reporting layer, so once we run this our test execution, right, so we need to provide that what are the failures and all those things, right? We have a extend report. Okay, extend report, and Alur reports. There are famous reporting formats. You can also Google it. You will come to know. And testng basic report. Okay, and you can put the loggers, log for j report also. Okay, log for j. So all those integration is required. Okay, so we need to put all those integration, then only that the framework will be fulfilled. So as of now, we derive that one component, and we can connect we can develop each component, then we come to know. And then only it is a kind of full framework, something like. Okay, so what is the layer number here? Layer is eighth layer. Okay, so these 8 layers we have. Okay, these 8 layers we have very much very important layers. Okay, so but we completed only 2 layers only. So till now we completed 2 layers. Remaining 6 layers are pending, right? And other 2 layers also I'll explain. So with respect to the our kind of additional things only. Okay, so then we can build. We can make sure this code. Okay, the entire code. Okay, entire code we can push to Git layer, right? So let me write a here is a Git layer. Git repository, Git repo. Okay, Git repo. So what we can have Git repo. So there is a main branch, and there are future branch. Main branch. Let me write. So main branch, future branches we have. Okay, depends upon that our code or members are using. Okay, and there is a final layer. The final layer is kind of Jenkins jobs. Okay, here I can put Jenkins. Then here jobs, Jenkins jobs are pipeline. Okay, so this is the way it will be. Okay, so let me change the arrow. Yeah. So these two are additional layer only. So, but a framework in the sense, this is a kind of complete layer. Okay. Yeah, you can take the screenshot. Please take the screenshot. This one. Yeah, I will also take the screenshot.
Yes, I have taken.
And let me take the screenshot. Oh, because it is an open source one, right? So maybe if it is not set or whatever, okay, it went to this side. How do I bring that one? Okay. Okay. So let me share. If possible, we can download it. Okay. Anyway, no problem. Yeah. So till now we done the two layers, right? Test layer and page layer. Okay. So now let's build this kind of like Playwright factory, the third layer and the fifth layer. Okay. So or we can build this any layer, any one of the layer. Okay. We'll move on to the we'll place this one. Okay. So now let me create a here, right? So where is our test layer? Test case. Okay. So let me create a one package or like or we can within the package also we can create it. There is a class called base test. So base test class. So here in the base test class, so what we are providing here, there are two functions. Okay. So before before suite or before test. Yeah, let me create a before test method public void. Okay, public void and so there is a setup. Okay, setup like that. And then we can create a at the rate after test and we can add a public void t down method. So t down in the sense we are closing the resources. Okay, yeah. So now let me put the print statements. Base test class setup method. And similarly, this is for T down method. Just I want to show you that in the interconnection how it has happened. Okay. So now you see there are two simple print statement and added. So there is a login test, right? So here only one test is there. Suppose if I run this one, this test case will print it. Okay. Now by using this layer, right? So we have to, like as I told you, the link from here to here. Okay, so every base test class is inherited. Okay, from the test class. So whether is a login test Java, so that should be inherited. So how do we do that? So by using extend keyword of what is the base test. Okay, so now let me run this code and you can see that a print statement of base test. Okay, you see base test class setup method is printed. Okay, so that is the one. And launching the browser, yeah, Chromium browser, downloading first time. Maybe the new update came, I think. Yeah. Whenever we got a new update only, the new version, so we will see this kind of Chromium downloads. 13.1.30. Okay. 13.0. Yeah, after download, it will launch the browser. So, and will create a this logic of browser logic, right? The page level. So what we can do is, so we can create a one Playwright factory, okay, Playwright factory class, and we can provide the launching browser. So there, and from there we can set up in the, we can call the method in the setup. Okay, so let's do that. The third layer where I can create. So in the Java level we can create. Okay, so here, so there is a package. We can create one package. Uh, Package is org dot factory, playwright factory, org playwright factory, my browser factory. So let me create a playwright factory method. So what is meant by factory in the sense? Just I'm giving the word only, so which will give that kind of list of browsers. So that way we can build it. Okay. So launching Playwright browser, right? So let me create one method called create a method name public void, and the method name is launch playwright browser. Okay. So initially I'm giving without argument. Later I'll change the entire method. Okay. So where is the browser launch? Currently we have in the page level. So that is not good. So what we'll take it out from here. Okay. We'll take it out from till where is that? Yeah, new page. Till new page is fine. Yeah, cut it. So we cut the code and we placed it here. Okay, we placed it here. So now this code which will give that a Chromium browser. But as a framework, okay, as in the framework, so we need to set up this browser launch browser type. Okay, based on the type Chrome browser, you want Chromium based on the parameter. So that particular browser should be launched. So based on that, we need to create a logic for here. Okay, suppose if I pass a browser type here. Okay, my browser type stream br type. Okay, browser type. So my browser is a Chromium browser. So let me write a if condition. Okay, so if my browser is equal to Chromium. Okay, so my browser is equal to Chromium, then I should open the Chromium browser. So let me take it outside, and we can place the same simple logic here. Only the browser launch logic, remaining we can keep it outside. So please follow that. Beware. Yeah, if I am going fast, let me know. Okay, so now let me explain that after creating this one. Okay, yeah. So what I have done is, so Playwright object is a one instant, but so where we are exactly launching the browser, launching browser is happening in the Playwright dot Chromium launch browser type option, and it is a headless false. So that is the way we are launching the browser logic. So now this particular line which will be vary from the browser to browser. So but here the scope is within the block. So we can move to outside the block. We can keep the browser equal to initially it is null, then it will be assigned. Okay, then it will navigate here. So now when we pass a Chromium browser, so the browser type is Chromium is equal to Chromium, then the launch Playwright launch the Chromium browser. Okay, with the headless, without headless mode, something like false in the sense without headless mode. Similarly, we need to write a logic for other browser types as well. Okay, so if my browser is equal to Firefox, I want to launch the Firefox browser. So the Firefox browser, okay, and we can pass this one as a Firefox. Okay, and similarly, we want to open a like a WebKit. So this is a WebKit logic. So WebKit playwright.webkit is equal to my browser type equal to WebKit. Then the launch browser. Okay, you got the point, right? So there are browser types based on the matching. We are launching the respective browser. Okay, then we are launching the navigate page. Okay, so then also we can make sure what is this one? Yeah, now we can launch the page.navigate as well. is dot navigate, and the navigate method is where it is. Go to your normal page class. So take it out, yeah. So take it out, this one. You can place it here. Okay. So till now we just cut the logics in the normal page class, but there is a one error here. So we move this like object of page. Okay. So we have, what are the objects? We have playwright object. So by creating playwright dot create, so playwright object is came. And when the browser object is created, by using the Playwright object, we launch the Chromium browser, then browser object is come. So after browser object, we will create a one new page, the new page, and the new page we are navigating the browser. But this page object still in the factory level. So what happened is in the page level. So whenever you access a locators, page dot locators, right? So then only we can identify the locator. So that a kind of error we have. So currently what we will do is we will create a one blank here. So that page is blank as of now. So let me declare it and we'll come back and I will fulfill the link how we need to fulfill. I will tell you. As of now it is a null whenever I load. Okay. So let's see that first we'll give the link to this like base test. Okay. So in the base test, what I'm trying to do is I will launch the browser. Okay, so what is the browser? I'll make sure this it is a static method. Okay, static method. Okay, static, and I will return the page. Okay, so please see that I'm changing the method return type. Earlier it is a void. Okay, earlier it is a void, and I'm changing the static, and I have to return the page. Okay, so let me return the page. Return the page. Okay, so and I will place, yeah, I will stop this one as well. So let me return the page only. Return the page. Okay, so once the browser is launched and we are returning the page. What is the issue now? Okay, here is a page. Yeah, so return the page, then the page will be redirected. Once the browser is launched and new page is created, we are returning from to the test case level or page level. Okay, so now I will call this method in the base test class. So in the page, in the Playwright factory, I created a one method called launch browser, launch Playwright browser. Okay, and I want to open Chromium. Okay, I want to open Chromium. Okay, so let me copy the Chromium and let me move on to here. So I will pass the Chromium browser. Okay, so this Chromium is a which it will be stored in the browser type, and the browser type is equal to Chromium. Then this will be launch. Then it return the page. So right now what we have a page now. So we have a page, right? We have to cache the page. So from where we can cache the page? So here in the page level, page equal to page initially it is a null. Okay, it is a null. Then we can yes, we can import and we can cache this page. Okay, so now we have a page currently. Okay, so which this is a which class? It is a base test class. In the base test class, what we have done in the before test. Okay, before every test or before a suite, we can write it later. Yeah, before test, this particular initialization will open. What is the initialization? We are launching the by using the launch Playwright browser. Type is a Chromium. So now go to the test case, login test case. Right now we have a here page as well. Okay, so now we have a page here. So let me automatically, this is a base class, right? So we have a page. So what we need to do is we need to transfer the page here. One second, let me. So page object is there, but that constructor, right? So the constructor does not have this one. Let me go to here. we can create a one constructor. So constructor, what is a constructor creation? Public login page constructor, and so we will get the page, right? Page of small page, and this dot page is equal to the respective page. So this page is here, and this page is coming from the test class. Please remember that in the test class level, this pages will be came and assigned here. Okay, so initially this particular page is a blank. From where we are getting? So this in the login test. Okay, in the login test we have a constructor. So this login page of, we are passing a page object. So that page object is this one, and we need some page object to identify within the page level. Okay, so let me show you that. Can you come down? Yeah. So this page is reference, and we need to identify the locators. So we created a page object. So from where we created? We created in the uh, Playwright factory. So the Playwright factory is get called in this base test. So base test is extended to the login test, and automatically the page reference will be in the child class. So from the child class we are calling this login page Java class. So the Java class have a page new instant, and this particular page class also have a page, and we are assigning this one. Why we are assigning? We require to identify that this page level locators, and to perform the, it need to be kind of identify and do the some actions on this element. Okay, so that is the link which we give. Okay, so let me show you here login test. Now you can satisfy. So where is the page here? So from where we got a page? Base test. You see, base test. Okay, the base test. Okay, so this method is not there. Now, okay, so let me create this method. Earlier method, right? This one. So let me create the method. Public void, and last time what we gave here? So we gave a page dot navigate method, and navigate to the URL. So where is that? I have this one. So let it cut it and place into page class. Okay, clear. Yeah, now you can see that. Let me, before running, we can see that what we have done. Okay, and any errors we have. Let's see. What is the one error is there? What is the error?
I think in login page, page dot navigation, right? There it shows an error. Not in this.
Line. Okay, not in this, but it is showing that one highlight typo error here. Okay, get page. Okay, this login page, login page, login page, login. Okay, let's see that. Later we can see. Yeah. So till now it is okay. Yeah, now here is okay. Then base test, base test. So we are launching the browser here, and the class level. So let's see the class level if you have any other. And let me see. This is the one actual. Oh, it is not a error.
In row number 20.
Row number, line number 20.
Yeah, line 20.
Yes, semicolon. Yeah, I think then we can come back and we can. Okay, it is some kind of issue. Okay, get title method is not there. Okay, maybe I removed it. Let me create that one as well. Copy this method. Let it be. So now let me explain again what we have done. So earlier, our page logic, like browser logic here is there. Okay. So that I removed to in a Playwright factory. Okay. The Playwright factory method is designed. So in the Playwright factory class, which we are invoking a Playwright browser along with the browser type, which browser type you can provide. The respective browser will be launch. Okay. Whether it is a Chromium browser, whether it is a Firefox or WebKit. Okay. You can add a few more the Chrome browser, Firefox browser. Okay. So and after that, what we are doing is we are we are returning as a page object. Okay. So this page object returning to the base test. Okay. The base test will have a catch option and it is catched it. And after that, login test. Every test class. Okay. With respect to the login test is extended to base test. Similarly, the registration test also extend to the base test. Okay. So automatically they based on the OOPS concept, inherited concept. So we are reusing the browser launch. Okay. And object we got a object of page. So that we are when we are creating uh, login page class. So their login page class we are passing the page and to utilize this page object to identify that locators and performing the actions. Okay, so that is what we have done. So based on the action, so what we completed, so we completed the layer 4 and layer 3. Okay, yeah. So layer 4 of test setup method and launch browser. Okay, these two are completed. So let's talk about remaining things. Okay, yeah. So now let me run and we'll come back. So I'm running my test from here. Yeah.
Nagesh, one small doubt. Sorry, I missed. In the
Mm.
Playwright Factory class, so why you made that class as static and return type? I missed that one here.
Yeah. So basically, there is a static and suppose any method have a static in the sense you see how do I call the method invocation? The method invocation directly by using the class name.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me write here. So if any static method, okay, any static method there. So how do we call? By using class name dot method name. Class name dot method name. So that's it. There is a no object creation because it is a without creating object we can access. Suppose there is a normal method, so or we can call it the instance method. Okay, so you want to invoke any method. Okay, you want to call instance method. You have to create an object. Okay, object of the class. Okay, and object of the class by using method name. So that would be the difference. Okay, and also we are class level. This is a class level method. Okay, and with respect to the same instance to the other object, something like. Okay, yeah, common to the other classes. Okay, so the basic fundamental rule is whenever it static method, you no need to create a object. So directly you can call by the class name and the method name. But it is a instance method, so we have to create an object. So let me show you that method change back to normal. Okay, it is an instance method. Now the error will throw. You see, without how do we call now? Now we need to create a new. New is a keyword or object, and there is a constructor, default constructor. This way we can do it. Okay, so instead of creating an object, okay, so we can make them a particular method as a static, and we can call it. And we are returning the main thing here is we are returning the page. So page why we are returning the page? So there is a logic of in the Playwright. Okay, so first we'll create a Playwright object. Playwright dot create Playwright object is created. By using the Playwright, we are launching the respective browser type. So the browser type, right? The browser which will be launched to the new page. The final object is page, right? So because of page, okay, so by using the page, right, we can identify the page level elements. Suppose if I inspect and do this agile link, right? So a locator, the page dot locator have a method to find out the locator of agile link, process link, something like. So that is the case every time we require a page reference, page object. So that is the case we are passing this page object to this test class. Okay, the test class. Why we are passing the test class? Again, we have a connection and test case to page level connection. So we are separating our test script and page level locators and functions. So that the page is required. The page object is required in the page level. So we are catching here our respect to the page reference object. And how do we are catching? So initially the ninth line, it is a blank. Nothing is there in the first time. Only whenever you create a object of the class. Which class? Login page class. So whenever you create, this constructor will invoke. Within the constructor, the page object is came, and I'm telling that my this dot page is my current reference. Initially it is a null. Now you can assign a new object which we pass from the test class. Okay, so how do you know test class is passes? In the test class, okay, in login test class, we create an object of new page, and we are passing the base class of page, this page. Okay, so that is the reason. Okay, so once we get this page object, okay, page reference, so now page dot navigate will work, page dot locator will work. So if it is not there, right? So let's see if I blank this one. Okay, so first we'll run and we'll tell you that. Okay, so let me run this one, and we'll see the without assigning this page what will happen, and first we'll see the with the page. Okay, with the page reference. Now login test, I'm running a login test only. Okay, login test here. So enter test. Yeah.
I think it's gonna be disconnect now. It's less than a minute.
Okay. Now you can see the exhibition. Yeah, exhibition is started. And you can see that the first test case will be, yeah, you see, setup method is invoked. So where it is in the base test class. So then after test class, the test case. Yeah, launch the browser, and which means the page, yeah, page is navigated to the page level. Now it is identify the admin and enter the admin details. Okay. Yes. Yeah. So now let me see that if the page is, so if we are not passed, okay, or if you're not assigned, so both are same. So if you pass or not pass, now if I'm not assigning, okay, if I'm so not assigning, even though object is created, but I'm not assigning. So what is mean by this one is, so whenever this object is created, okay, so this particular page object is null, okay, with null, okay, null dot navigate. So it will not do that because there is a no reference of page. Then this will not work. Okay, only that browser will launch. There is a no navigation. There is a no login will not be performed because of the page reference is at the test case level only. So we even though we pass while creating a login page class, we haven't assigned. Okay, we blocked it. Okay, intentionally I'm not giving this reference. This page this dot page equal to the page references, which is coming from the test. Okay, from the test class level page object. So I'm not assigning. So what will happen? Let's see that. So the expected thing is like only the browser page browser blank page will open, and because of the page reference, this page login page test will have a page reference does not have. So due to that, okay, this login navigate method will not be performed and locators will not be identified because of this page is null. Okay, because we haven't defined we haven't redefined the actual object which was created in the a factory by using the factory launch browser, which is called uh, in the base test class. Okay, base test class, the launch playwright browser method is called, and we have a page object reference, and even we passed it here, but inside that we did not assign explicitly. Okay, intentionally we did not assign. So let's see that the behavior of the test case. So this is the kind of mail link. Okay, so let me run this test. Yeah, running the test now. Yeah, setup method is running. So it will launch the browser. Okay, the browser new page will open. Yeah, blank page is open. That's it. Then nothing will done. Nothing will perform because see object is created. You see the method is error also got the complete useful. Okay, so cannot invoke Microsoft page. Okay, navigate method. Okay, that navigate method is not executing because this dot page, the current object of the page is null. Okay, so here this dot page in this current object. So with respect to this particular page class level object is null. So null dot navigate will not perform because what does mean this browser is open. Okay, even the browser is open, but there is a no attachment to that next level of action. So there is a no attachment to the next level of action. So it will because it is null in the level of page level. Okay, so if I assign this way, okay, if I assign the current this dot page equal to this page, okay, now you see that execution. So this is the link. Don't forget this one. This is a very, very important link. Okay. Now it will be launch. Yeah, launch and executed of admin. Okay. So this is a way we can create it. Yeah, we can link between the object. Okay. So every time. So this is the one kind of remember thing. Okay, you need to remember whenever you are creating a test case, right? So this layer, right? So let me go back to our framework layer. So here, okay. So now you see that in the layer framework layer, I'm explaining you. So here, basically the browser launch will come to here. Okay. So you are calling here. Okay. So this particular launch browser factory method will give a browser instance, and this browser instance will passing to this particular test. Okay, test class level. So respect to login test, right? So we are passing that browser instance, the page, to the page class. Okay, the respect class. Okay, respect to the page class. Okay, so then we are handling the all the actions to the particular finding the locator. Okay, finding the locator and finding the actions or like performing the action on the respective page level. So now what we have done, so it is a test case right now. So we segregated this test layer using the test cases, and page layer only locator and actions. We separated our test logic to the locator logic. Okay, locators are actions, and also we bring out that browser launching. Okay, browser launching with respect to different kind of browsers we required for our execution, right? So we also separated by using the factory layer. Okay, and this factory layer is required to initialize in the base test class. So every base test, it is inherited to the respective test classes. So that is where we have completed. Clear? Yeah, so let's stop here, and the next session we will go to this next things. Okay, so let's stop here, and